Hi, I'm Liz. Thank you for joining me. Today's movement video is going to be all about the deadlift. So a bit of a technique video today instead of an actual workout or a yoga practice. So the deadlift is kind of like the kettlebell swing, one of my favorite moves to perform. And it's one where I say the same thing about the kettlebell swing. You get more bang for your buck. Knowing how to do this move correctly, performing it well, you're going to get a lot out of this. Building strength, building power, great for strengthening your core, the whole backside of your body. It's known as a compound move, so it's using a lot of the body and a lot of energy to perform the move. So you might say it's super simple, you're just picking something up and putting it back down again, or picking something heavy up, putting it back down again. And as much as I'd love to say that, it's not quite that simple. There is a lot going on in this move. But if you can learn to do this move, learn to do it well, you'll find that it makes your life easier. So we get stronger, and then certain things, if you accidentally drop something quickly and you react and go to bend over, you're naturally going to do it better than if you didn't have this type of training, you didn't have the core, you didn't have the lower back support. You're going to find that you're going to injure yourself less through life. You're just going to get strong, and that's awesome in my eyes. So we're going to go through the deadlift. I'll show you first. And then we'll kind of break it down a little bit, and there's lots of different variations of the deadlift, lots of different ways to do it. We might just go through a couple today, and then maybe in another video we'll add in a few more variations of it. So just to show you first, I'm going to be using 2 kettlebells. So you can use one, you can use a barbell, an Olympic barbell, whatever you've got handy. So I'll show you from the side, and then I'll show you from the front. So that's the side view, and then from the front, put my feet off the little cracky things, a bit of an OCD thing happening there. Cool. So that is the deadlift performed. So, like the kettlebell swing, if you have seen that video, go back and watch it. That's another great technique video for you if you do like kettlebell swings. So we're not squatting down into this. We are hinging from the hip. So think pressing your butt back, and then your knees will kind of just naturally soften. There is a straight leg variation of the deadlift. We're not doing that today. We're just doing our standard deadlift. So a great exercise to do to get that position is grab a broomstick, handy little things, grab one from Bunnings or from the kitchen. You've got one in there, and bring it to your back. Connect it to the back of the skull, between your shoulder blades, and then the sacrum. And that wants to stay connected the whole time. So you'll find that if it comes away from your, between the shoulder blades, you've kind of gone the spine a little bit of the wrong way. Same thing if it comes away from your sacrum or the back of the head. So keep that connected, and then feet are going to come hip width apart, and then pressing the butt back, stay along through the spine, draw the belly button in. From the bottom of the move, press down through the heels, stand up, squeeze your butt. So this is the great thing to practice. You can even use a mirror and just kind of take a little bit of a check-in every now and then. So spine stays long, butt presses back. So that's a great way to do it. I get clients to do this just as a little bit of a warm-up exercise, just to get into the rhythm of the move, because a lot of people do kind of come into it, they'll squat it, or they'll kind of come down, and then from the bottom of the move, they might arch their back like that, let their shoulders kind of drop and stand up from there. Really kind of dangerous way to do it, great way to injure your back, and that's not what we want. So, kettlebells. Now it's going to be a little bit different if you had a barbell. So if I had a barbell, I would stand under it, and usually I train in bare feet, but if you train in shoes, I line the barbell up where the shoelaces tie. It's usually kind of around just a little bit before you kind of turn into your ankle there. So kind of just imagine if you do train in bare feet that you're standing under the barbell and it's just lining up with where the shoelaces would be on your shoes. That's generally a good position to have it, to bend down and grab the bar. So if you're using kettlebells, you can use 2 kettlebells. You can also just use 1 kettlebell as well, so whatever feels best for you. So you're going to stand around it, and with a kettlebell, you stand directly over it. So if I was to look down, I can't actually see it. And that puts you in that good position to then lengthen through the spine, so roll the shoulders back, press your butt back, draw your belly in, and stay long through the spine. And we also want to make sure our neck is neutral, so we're not kind of doing this kind of thing while we're trying to pick it up. So you just want to kind of bring your gaze down, just maybe about a couple of feet in front of where the weight is. And then grabbing onto the weight, we want to lock our shoulders back in and down. And what that does is it switches on the lats, which keeps our shoulder nice and stable. So we're starting to work the shoulders, we're working the back, and we want to reset that every single time. So I'm not just going to kind of come down and pick it up like this. We want to press butt back, long through the spine, grab the weight, roll the shoulders back and down, and lock them in. Weight's going to be through the heels of the feet, and we take a breath in. As you breathe out, press down through the heels, stand up. Good, and it's the same thing on the way down. We press the butt back, let the weights come down, and it's going to land in the exact same position that it started in. So we don't kind of come down and move the weight out. It's this straight up, straight down motion. So we'll do that again. So grabbing onto the weight, reset everything, and then take a breath in, breathing out, drive down, coming up. Good, lower it down, breathing in, reset, breathing out, coming up. So I want you to think about when you are lifting the weight, you're not necessarily pulling with your arms. So we're using the strength from our glutes, from our hamstrings, from our back to pull the weight up. So it's not like the arms are pulling. So when you lock it all down, you see here driving up, it all kind of happens from this sort of hinging type motion. The hips come up, they drive through, and then the arms are holding on, they're staying in that locked in position. So from the front, here, and then tip from the hip, grab the weight, roll the shoulders back and down, lock them in, remember eye gaze, about 2 feet in front, drive down through the heels, stand up, squeeze your butt. Good, lower it down, breathing in, breathing out. So you can kind of see how this moves, like my heart rate, so I'm talking as well at the same time, going to start to get a little bit breathless as well. So giving that a go. Another great little tip to do is with the broomstick, so holding onto it here, so hands just outside the thighs, roll your shoulders up, back and down, and then using the broomstick, start to press the butt back, keep the broomstick connected to your thighs, lower it down just below the knee level there, that's sort of a good position to come to, and then standing back up, squeeze your butt. Good, so pressing the butt back, let the broomstick stay connected to the thighs, and then standing up, same thing, squeeze the butt. So that is the deadlift with the kettlebells. If you are using an Olympic bar, so I mentioned before, lining it up with where the shoelaces would tie, if you do wear shoes when you train. that's just a good position to come to. So I'll just show you here a couple of different ways. I find that when using a barbell, my grip tends to go before my legs do. So another great little sort of tip is to do a bit of a switch grip like that. But again, we lock it all down, and you want to make sure here that you're driving down through both heels nice and evenly. And this will just kind of save your forearms a little bit. It kind of depends on what feels best for you. So this way always feels best for me. It's that same thing, standing up and then lower it back down. So that is our deadlift move. Give it a go, have some fun with it. If you've got any questions about it, please let me know. So just an overall, just awesome move to learn to do. If you want to get strong, you want to have a strong back, strong core, strong glutes, strong hamstrings, it is just one of my favorite moves to do. Yeah, have fun, and I'll see you next time.